At 67, Dan Blocker's son has finally broken his long-held silence, and the revelations have left fans both emotional and stunned. For decades, the shadow of his father's fame loomed large over his life. Dan Blocker, who portrayed the beloved character Hoss Cartwright on the iconic television show Bonanza, was more than just a TV personality. He was a symbol of warmth, strength, and genuine humanity. His unexpected death in 1972 at just 43 years old shocked the entertainment world and left a void in the lives of millions of fans. But for his son, it left behind something deeper. A lifelong journey of grappling with legacy, fame, and personal identity. Now, at an age where many people are reflecting on their own legacies, Dan Blocker's son has chosen to speak publicly, offering rare insight into life as the child of a television legend. For years, he lived under the radar, purposefully, avoiding the spotlight that had once defined his family. This decision, he now reveals, was intentional. He needed to understand himself apart from the immense shadow cast by his father's legacy. Yet, the presence of Dan Blocker was always there. In every rerun, every fan letter, every story from a stranger who felt they knew Hoss. In opening up, he spoke of the pressures he felt growing up, how people would often project their feelings about his father onto him, expecting him to be just like the character Hoss, big-hearted, kind, and always morally upright. While he deeply admired his father, he admits that reconciling the public figure with the private man he knew as Dad was complicated. Dan Blocker was a warm and loving father, but also a man weighed down by fame and expectations. His death was not just a family tragedy, it became a public event. The outpouring of love from fans was both comforting and overwhelming for a young boy who had just lost his hero. Over the years, Dan Blocker's son pursued his own career, sometimes dipping into acting, but mostly steering clear of mainstream fame. He built a life of meaning and authenticity, far from the Hollywood lights. His decision to speak now is not about seeking attention, but about honoring his father in a more personal and intimate way. He wants people to remember Dan Blocker not just as Hoss Cartwright, but as a real man who cared deeply for his family and lived with integrity. Fans are stunned not just by what he shared, but by the emotional depth and honesty of his reflections. It's a reminder that behind every iconic figure is a family navigating grief, memory, and legacy. His words have reignited appreciation for Dan Blocker, not just the actor, but the man, and opened a heartfelt chapter in the story of one of television's most beloved families.